Alrighty, trying to tell everybody. Today, I want to share with you two things I want to go through with you today in today's video. The first thing, I'm just going to give you a quick overview on short-term technical analysis. This is short-term technical analysis, guys. This is reading charts. Don't come in the chat box below and say, but what about the debt bubble? And what about inflation? And what about this? And what about that? I don't give a shit about that. All right, I don't care about that. And the reason why I'm saying that is this, okay? I'm finding that so many traders right now are focusing on the wrong things, okay? You're focusing on, two things here. You can listen to what I'm saying here right now. I've been trading the markets for 20 years. And probably my first 10 years, if I'm being honest with myself, were a whole bunch of shite bucket. Because, hey, I was thinking the wrong thoughts, which led me to take the wrong action, which then led me down to losing money, okay? Now let's revert back to what I'm saying here. If you want to be trading the markets, trader of the markets is about technical analysis only. It's about pattern recognition. It's about risk management and trade management. That's all it is, okay? Trading the market's about getting in today and holding it for a few days, maybe for a week. That's what my level 1 trade is a short, what's called 2 to 5 day move. And a level 2 trade for me, when it comes around, has the potential of being in a trade for 1 to 2 months and having big profits. For example, I'm in a trade right now as I speak that is on, let me bring this up here, is a level 2 trade, right? So where I've actually been in it for now for over a month, right? And it's nicely moving in the right direction there. So I want to start off with the video with this here, right? So have the right thinking. So many traders right now are having the wrong thinking. And hey, I have no dog in the phone in the bite in the phone, any of that sort of stuff. None of that sort of stuff. My only goal with what I'm saying here is I want to help you be in these markets long term. And my 20 years of experience, I was thinking wrong thoughts and all that sort of stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of people thinking the wrong thoughts about trading the market. A trader of the market. Investor, let's start to factor in some cycles, okay? Long-term buy and hold. But I'm a trader of the market. It's all about pattern recognition. Firstly, what is the pattern we're looking for? Then we can go down of risk management and trade management, right? And the number one thing I do say to you is this. Every single day when I open up the charts, I have my trading setup, a level 1 or level 2 trading pattern. That's it. I'm only looking for 2 patterns, or it's really one pattern, but it's amplified a little bit more. But it's really one really main type of pattern I'm looking for. And that's it. My question for you is this. Is that, are you opening up your charts this week as the market unfolds? And do you know exactly what you're looking for in a trading setup? And probably most of you guys are going to say no. And that is and if you don't, then you're going to be at the helm of your feelings or thinking. And that is never a really good idea. My feelings and my thinking is mostly wrong anyway, right? But when it comes down to a trading setup, now we can actually start to go down the path, right? So have the right thinking there, because I want you to be in these markets for long term, all right? I want you guys to be part of these markets for 20 years, but 20 years trading successfully. I'm seeing a lot of people in these markets where they've been involved with the markets for 20 years, but they're not doing that well, okay? Anyway, so short-term technical analysis on these markets updates, and then I want to share something quite amazing with you guys, okay? So the first thing, let's actually go down to the actual market itself. So the first thing I do say is that we definitely did have a really big pullback here with the Dow Jones here. So nice good pullback on these weekly charts, nice good pullback. This to the right here is my daily charts here. And so for what I do see, guys, is I believe that the pullback is over, meaning the drop is over, and I believe we're going to start to continue seeing a really nice rally back to the upside, especially now leading into February. I believe that generally what happens at least once a year, and we may have seen this, we may see it again this year, but at least once a year we get a freak out, right? It happens all the time. If you've been around the markets for a long time, and this is where like having someone as me, like for example me, I have a coaching program, and one of the benefits of my coaching program is when you have a coach who's actually seen it before, you understand these markets, you understand how they operate, you understand how you've seen the lay of the land 1,000 times. And so therefore, my job as a coach is just to say, hey, this is what the markets do, right? And when the markets do what they do, you can say, hey, well, this is what happens at least once a year. At least once a year, we get what? We get at least a freak out. What is the freak out? Oh, we've been in a very big bull market, and oh my goodness, and we have a good pullback for a month. People are freaking out. People are jumping out of the bed. Oh my goodness, it's all over. Recession, crash. Here we go. No. Right? And then the market, then what happens after that? The market makes a new high. Right? So the purpose of me telling you what I'm telling you right now is that this is what the markets do, right? We actually end up getting a bit of a freak out. So what we're seeing across all the indices right now, right? Across the Dow Jones, across the NASDAQ, right? This is the Dow Jones here. This is the NASDAQ. Oh my goodness, bit of a freak out, especially the volatility here, right? So imagine trying to trade this volatility right now. It's like, oh my goodness. And then same for the S&P 500. Look at the S&P 500. Volatility like crazy. Look, volatility is crazy right now. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. My goodness, I don't think we've actually seen this much volatility. we haven't, right? Like, this is crazy. Like, look at this here, right? So the stock market here right now, overall, even on the Russell, King Russell, baby. I still believe King Russell is one of the places that's going to have the greatest moves. And why I say that is that once we break above these highs here, if we can continue holding here, which by the way, the Russell still is in a nice upward trend, right? And the Russell's actually done this. The Russell's been one of those markets that, I tell you right now, this is the Russell weekly charts here. And the Russell has been one of those markets that has just continued to low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, right? So the Russell's continued. Once we get a nice break above this level through here, once we get there we go. Where's my arrow? There we go. Oh. There, right through there. Once we get a break above there, guys, I believe the Russell. So the Russell could be a really good trading opportunity, right? I find that there's a real good handful of amazing high quality trades that happen every year. And my job is to continue scanning, building watch lists, running my scans, because I have a scan that scans the entire market for my trading setup, and so on and so forth. And then my trading system and stuff like that as well too. So, which I do give to all my private clients. If you're interested in becoming a private client, where I can coach you every single week for the rest of this year, all of 2025. Second link in the description. Go to get you on top. That's an application form. Fill out that, and you and I personally call, and we'll have a good chat. So the Russell. The purpose of me bringing up all this here with the stock market. What's happening right now with the stock market? Right, we're getting a freak out, and once again, this happens at least once a year. This happened last year. I remember this last year. Right. Let me bring you back to last year. Right, every single year we get at least what? We get at least one period where the market has a freak out. Sometimes two periods, right? Look at this here. What was this point through here? Remember this point through here? We all know what happened afterwards, right? But do you know exactly what I teach my private clients? What I was saying to my private clients when this is all happening here? Because every week I'm with them, and sometimes every day, right? Sometimes I actually also have a daily sort of mentoring and coaching where you're with me every day for half an hour, and I'm coaching you and helping you every single day, right? Again, if you're interested in if you really want to take your trade to another level, then you need some coaching and guidance. But purpose of me bringing that up here is, what was I saying with my coaching clients here? It's okay, relax, right? It's probably going to rally up to all-time new highs. And what was happening back here, right? This is where it gets so powerful, right? Oh, by the way, guys, you probably notice I have black bars here, okay? Black bars. Why do I personally have black bars, right? Because I'm trying to remove as much things from the markets as possible that's going to give me emotion. I'm trying to stay neutral and listen to the markets. What does that simply mean? Listen to the market simply means I don't want to have my emotions involved. Remove your emotions. And this is where, for me, from a coaching perspective, because obviously I have a small group of 15 to 20 people that I take on every week or every year. And that's the reason why, I've still got the application open. I've got a couple of spots left. But the purpose of me saying that is that as a coach, I can go into empathy and understanding and so on and so forth. But as a trader, I'm like, screw my emotions. What's happening right now, right? I need to make logical, good decisions and not my emotions. That's where, For you guys, if you guys are right now going involved with the markets and you're opening up the charts and let's see what I feel is like a good trade today. You are going to get run over, right? I promise you every single time. The only way for me to be able to get ahead in the markets, guys, is guess what? Every day I open up my charts, guess what I'm doing? Guess what I'm doing? I'm looking for my trading setup, because once my trading setup appears and I take it, most of the time I'm going to make a profit. If I could just stick to what I just said there, look for my trading pattern, have the patience when there is no trades, take the trades when they appear. That makes my trading plan. Most of the trades are going to make a profit. If I do that through the entire year, guess what? I'm going to have a good year. That's where, like, guys, I know I'm going to. Not only did I have a really good year last year, crushed it last year, I know I'm going to have a good year this year. And next year, what happens if the stock market crashes, John? I'm going to have a good year. Why? Because my trading pattern works. Both bullish markets, bearish markets. In fact, when we do go through the next crash, guess who's going to absolutely just crush it? This guy. Why? Because when the market does go down, guess what? It goes down fast, right? So therefore, especially the way that I like to trade, and I use options, and yeah, it's just, I know I'm going to crush it for the rest of my life. Why? Because I can rely on my trading system. I cannot rely on my trading thoughts and trading opinions and trading feelings, right? Because we all know, right? They change from day to day. You could be having a really good day. I had a really good sleep last night. I had a good workout today. I've had my coffee. Here we go. I feel really good. And then suddenly you look at the markets and you're trading based off your feelings. And it's never a good idea. I'm all about with you guys, right? I'm all about longevity for you guys. And longevity is about, how do I have a system that never changes? Because, by the way, the system that I trade, I learned from my mentor who's been trading for 30 years. And my system is based off how the markets truly work on the deepest level. Not some airy-fairy, and you probably know what I'm talking about here. It's like, well, this is a Forex trading system, or this is a crypto trading system, or this is this. No, what a load of bollocks. Right? No, because all markets operate the same way. They all do trends. They all do the same thing. So I have a financial market trading system. And whether I'm looking at cryptos, or whether I'm looking at some of the foreign exchange patterns, or whether I'm looking at the Aussie stocks or the American stocks, or gold or silver, or soybeans, or cocoa, or sugar, guess what? It's the same techniques, it's the same pattern across all markets. That's why for me, guys, I'm not one market trader. I'm identifying trades all over the place. For example, there's a few trades that I'm looking at right now that's potentially setting up on some of the foreign exchange pairs. I'll probably get to that in just a minute, right? And why I'm looking at that. We'll go to some advanced stuff a bit later on, okay? But then also, I have a watch list of stocks on the US stock market that I'm watching for right now. Ooh. And there's also one stock that I'm watching right now on the Australian stock market. That's an Australian stock. Ooh, right? And and last year I had 2 amazing trades on gold. The purpose of what I'm saying here right now, guys, is once you can really solidify a really good solid foundation of what exactly am I looking for? And it's not, this is a stock market trading system. What a load of bollocks. What a load of bollocks. Now, how you trade that is going to be different, meaning like a lot of the reason why I like trading stocks in the US stock market is because I can utilize things like options, which can give me the leverage, right? So I can risk maybe 2 or 3 or 4% of my entire portfolio to potentially make a good 15, 20, 40% growth on my portfolio. If I jump on the right trade, have enough time, you get what I'm saying there. That's why, right? But foreign exchange and so on and so forth. So the purpose of what I'm saying here, guys, is that the lay of the land, at least once a year, at least once in every bull market, at least once a year, we end up getting the freakouts, right? In 2023, and when this bull market started, we had this drop from here to here. And then we had August, guess what? We had all this period through here, right? And then guess what happened? A big move up. So most of the time in a big bull market, after the freakout happens and after, oh my goodness, recession, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I'm trying to give you the lay of the land ahead of time. So you can step back with no emotions like, this is what happens. And when you can understand the pattern behind what happens, you cannot be so emotionally sucked in, because guess what happens at these points of time? Guess what happens here? Guess what happened here? the clickbait starts to come, right? And guess what? I'm a YouTuber. You're watching this on YouTube right now. What happens at that time? Let's bring on the clickbait. The biggest crash of our lifetime is coming. Oh my goodness, it's all over. Stock market going down. Worst crash, worst pullback since 2008. The biggest, what we saw in the Dow Jones recently. What was it? Oh my goodness, the biggest losing streak since 1978. Oh my goodness, that's so bad. But guess what happens after so bad? So good. Guess what happens after so bad? So good. I'm going to say that for the third time. Guess what happens after so bad? So good. And the reason why most people that even invest in these markets, once they don't understand the psychology of these markets, and I'm trying to teach you the psychology here as well, is that when it's so bad, right? Oh. I have a reminder on my phone to put my bin out. Do you guys do that as well too? Like you set, like every week, like there was one week that I had my garbage bin was full and I didn't put it out. I'm like, oh damn. So every week I have the alarm to say, put your bin out, don't forget. Do you guys do that as well too? It's like every week or at least once a day you set your alarm to remind yourself to, like, it could be drinking water or it could be something like that. Anyway, mine is I've had it just now set every day. So today's bin day for me, so I've got to put the bin out. Anyway, so back to the regular schedule here, right? The purpose of me saying what I'm saying here, guys, is that at least once a year we get these freakouts and then you get the so bad, so bad, so bad. But as you know from cycle analysis here, if we can step back and understand the patterns and the psychology of markets so we can take advantage of these and have a so good growth on our trading account, is what? When it's so bad, after so bad becomes so good. And then after so good, really good for a period of time, becomes so bad, and cycles. So when do we want to be getting involved with these things? We know, right? Look at through history. Oh my goodness, 2008 stock market crash, biggest crash of our lifetime, it's gone down, property market, da, da, da. When was the best time to buy stocks? When it was so bad. When was the best time to buy property? When the banks were going collapsing and then the whole crap, when it was so bad. That happens on big macro cycles, right? So when it's so bad, that's when you want to invest with it, right? Psychology of markets. But even on short-term analysis here, short-term technical analysis, is at least once a year, we get the so bad, and after so bad becomes what? So good. So the purpose of me bringing this up here is that if I bring up the Dow Jones once again, let's bring up the Dow Jones, weekly chart to the left, daily chart to the right. What was happening through here? What's been happening for the last month? Biggest drop in the Dow Jones, biggest consecutive drop in the Dow Jones. Here we go, big drop. So bad. And then if you're an emotional trader, meaning you're going based off feelings, let me feel oh my goodness, everyone's saying it's so bad. And the reason why 90% of you guys right now won't be here this time next year in the market is because you're doing that one big mistake. And what is that one big mistake? Remember, I'm a YouTuber. I understand, right? When we get big drops in the markets, if I do videos based off big drops and crashes, guess what gets the most videos or most views? If I put a chart out saying that, here we go, bull market continue, I know exactly what I'm going to get. But if I put a video out, I'm trying to teach you from an actual YouTuber who actually does YouTube, right? If I do a video and I highlight a market, oh my goodness, massive top for 2 years, big head and shoulder, crash of our lifetime coming, I will get 3 times the amount of views on that video. And if I'm trying to get views, attention, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm trying to teach you when you're looking at YouTube, what happens most of the time there, right? Or guess what? And then when you start to go down that rabbit hole of crash, because people are trying to get your attention, right? And then they're going to bring up the evidence and blah, 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 blah. What happens 90% of the time? There is no crash, because so bad was the perfect time to get involved. So then you can become part of the so good, right? So bad, so good. So bad, so good. So bad, so good, so bad, so good. The so bad is so good right now, right? Psychology of the markets. Are you enjoying this? This is good stuff, isn't it? I know. Right, I know. So, in this coaching video today, guys, I'm trying to not only give you some analysis of what's happening here on the markets, I'm trying to give you the psychology, right? As this flows through me to help every single one of you, right? I have no dog in the bone and bone in the fight. I'm just trying to teach you what's helped me take 20 years, right? Be in this market for 20 years. And I'm trying to teach you, not only have I been in the market for 20 years, but I've been really successful for many, 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 many years in the markets. And I know I'm going to be around these markets profitably making really good income for the rest of my life because I'm teaching you the psychology, the right thinking, and how to have the right foundations with a good solid trading plan so crush it for the rest of your life on any market out there. Right? And this is when you start to truly understand, and this is why my coaching is so powerful, because I teach you a market strategy. Stock market close, let's go trade some cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency closes down, let's go trade some foreign exchange. No matter what happens across the markets, I will always be able to trade the markets. Always. Because there's always a market out there, right? So I'll be able to trade, right? The foreign exchange market, the largest market of the planet out there. If the whole world stops, guess what's going to continue? The foreign exchange, right? We all do know the market out there. The largest market out there on the planet is the foreign exchange market out there. And I've been looking at that. There's actually a couple of setups here that I'm watching right now because there could be some really good trades here. Again, I'll get to that in just a minute, right? So the purpose of this first part of the video is to teach you about so bad, so good, right? So bad, so good and then the psychology. And the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because if I bring, and this is where I'm always looking at things like this here, guys. Let me show you this here. Right? You guys enjoying this? This is good stuff, isn't it? I know. I want you guys to crush it, guys. That's the only thing here, right? This is where I'm always looking at the fear and greed index. And the fear and greed index tells me what the sentiment, what the society, what's happening right now on a short-term analysis, what's happening on our short term. And once this thing starts to get down to what? So bad. Look at this here. This is fear, almost to extreme fear. Look at this here. This one here did get down to extreme fear. When was this? And at that absolutely, now this is extreme fear place here. At the absolute extreme fear in the marketplace. 90% of traders who don't have a good understanding of the psychology of these markets, and what I'm teaching you guys right now, most people out there would have gone down to what? The rabbit hole. This point here was when we had the big 10% drop last year in the market, which I was talking about just a minute ago, right? And then guess what happened? So bad, so bad. Fear, 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 fear. Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. Recession, recession, recession. So bad. And then guess what happened? Market had a big rally, all-time new highs, and it continued going up, right? Oh my goodness, so bad, so bad, so bad, right? Fear, extreme fear, right? You get the point what I'm trying to say here. So don't be going down this rabbit hole of being involved with these markets on a psychology level of so bad equals so bad. Because most, and this is where most traders are followers, and this is where most traders do get it wrong. Because if I go down to say even gold, right? This is gold here. Let me blow up this weekly chart, right? Look at this here. As gold is so good, so good, so good, so good, then what comes? There comes a period of not so good, right? Meaning like, and this is just the flow of the markets, meaning it's just making the trend higher lows, right? So bad, so good. Looking at gold and silver right now, guys, on a short-term level basis, we could actually be getting ready for another move to the upside, but what's going to happen here is we need to create a higher low first, okay? So if I bring it back to here, look at this here, right? So we can see after this sideways period through here, guess what we did? We had a low and we had higher lows, and then breaking above, we actually started to form an upward trend, right? So if we're going to continue breaking up through here, first we need to break up through here. So if we get a rally up to here and then a bit of a pullback and create a higher low and break out like there, then yes, this phase, right? Sideways phase, bull phase. Sideways phase, bull phase, sideways phase, bull phase, right? There's the bull phase, there's the bull phase, there's the bull phase. We're getting ready for another bull phase, okay? But every single bull phase tends to have what? at least this higher low here. We need a higher low coming in place before we actually get going again in the markets here. Make sense, guys? So that's what I wanted to share with you there when it comes down to the bull phase from here and the stock market. And everything's in a very big bull market right now, guys. And again, I'm really want to stress the point, guys, about the actual stock market itself and why most traders actually get it wrong. But again, if you just understand the patterns and you understand all this is the same thing again and again and again and again and again, right? That's all it really is. In every big bull market, at least once a year, we get a really significant pullback, freaks people out, and that's the time to go long. And again, because I've seen this so many times right now, guys, over my year, and I used to be that guy when, oh my goodness, the market's been going down for a month, and we've had a really big pullback, and oh my goodness, it's gonna crash, and then we end up making new highs. And every time I did that, every year, I'm like, and I look back over my trading, I'm like, man, why did I get so sucked in by that, right? And again, when it's so bad, it needs to become so good. All right, traders, so what I want to do right now is that's a bit of a market update for you guys. Psychology, what's happening right now, how to think about the markets, how to think about your trading, and what's happening right now in the markets, and how to take advantage of this so bad, so good, right? It's just, again, guys, it's just the same thing over and over again. And this is something that I really find really powerful about my personal coaching is because my focus has been how do I become a really good trader? And because that's been my focus for 20 years, right? My focus is how do I do really well from trading, and from that, it's from the understanding, thinkings, mindset, strategies, approaches, and that's what I do when it comes to my actual coaching program there. Again, guys, that's that second link in the description for the application. Now, let's actually talk about something here. I want to go into more coaching mode, right? I want to teach you guys something. I want to teach you guys about how we can see changing of environment or changing things slowing down. How do we see from a bullish tone, right? And this doesn't happen all the time, but how do we actually read the chart itself to get an understanding how things and how the market could be shifting or at least slowing down so we can get ready for a movement in the opposite direction. So the reason why I'm bringing this up to here is because there's a few things that I've just noticed here by looking at, right? I'm looking at some of the actual foreign exchange pairs here. Again, what I'm about to teach you guys is what's called market understandings, okay? So the techniques I'm about to teach you right now in the market is about how to understand what's happening so we can get ready for what's likely to come, right? And then when we prepare, when the preparation is there and we get a trigger for my entry setup, that's powerful, right? That's powerful, powerful, powerful. Now, here's the thing here. One thing that I really have learned is that how markets truly work here, right? So let me bring this up to here. And I'm going to bring this up to here because I really want to bring this here. Now, again, this doesn't happen all the time, guys, but I really want to share something with you here when it comes down to just the actual market. So let me bring up this chart here, and I want to see if I can. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's actually bring this up to here, okay? So the reason why I'm bringing this up here, and let me actually bring up, you know what, let me take this up to here, okay? So the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because I want to share something with you here that tends to happen, and we start to get an understanding. Again, this doesn't happen all the time, but I want to teach you a thing called strength in moves. And when we have a good, strong strength in move, there's a lot of momentum there. But if we have a weak strength in move, then things are what's called slowing down, and we tend to get reversals when this happens. Okay, it's an early warning sign of this is probably slowing down. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, now let's look at this here. Class in session for everyone here. Okay, so if I bring this up to here, okay, and again, this doesn't happen all the time, but when we start to see these patterns, we can be alert about what's happening here. Now, if we have, again, this is now advanced sort of stuff here, guys. If you're brand new to the market, this is not for you. But if you've been around the markets for a bit of time and you understand, I want to teach you some advanced trading techniques of how markets work so we can read the psychology of the market so we can get ready for what's potentially coming, okay? Now, there's things called strengthening moves here, right? So let's check this out here. This is where it gets really, really, really exciting. Let's just say, for example, okay, let me bring up, okay, let's just say, for example, we had a move to the upside like that, okay? So there's two types of angles in my mind. This one here is what's called strong, and this one here is what's called weak, right? You can see the differences in the angle, right, of this move here. Again, guys, I'm gonna go pretty advanced on you here, but I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Because again, there's so much power in the markets, in the chart itself. When we start to understand that, we can see things coming potentially, right? And that's where we can get a good understanding. This is all about understanding. This is not about having a trading setup. This is using techniques to get a good understanding of what's coming. And then if we can get a setup within that, now it's powerful. So again, let's bring it back to here, okay? So if we have this move to the upside, that's pretty strong, right? We have very strong move to the upside. Now again, I'm looking, for me personally, I'm looking for the buying legs and I'm looking at the selling legs, right? So let's do this here. So I'm looking at buying legs and I'm looking at selling legs. So let me bring up, let me bring this up here. So these are the buying legs here. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a combination of the buying leg and the selling leg to give me a really good story, all right? Now, let's do this here. Let's just say, for example, we had this buying, that's a pretty strong buying leg, right? What happens if we got something like that? If that was strong buyers, this is now strong what? Strong sellers. Now, if I'm looking at the buyers and the sellers, is there someone clearly in control right now? Meaning one side's more dominant than the other? No, okay? Now, let's go to here. But what happens is that this is a strong move up, right? And again, if I'm looking at the legs down, the legs down is this, right? That's a strong leg down. That's a strong move down, right? We have really strong move. And that's more like, see how that's more like weak, right? There's a selling period there, but it's very weak, right? Hear me out here, right? So we have a strong selling leg here, one, okay? But then we also have a weak selling leg, okay? See how that's very, very weak here. Now, when we start to combine the two, firstly, if we have a very big, strong buying leg through here, but then suddenly we get this, which more looks something like that, if that's now a weak selling leg, who's more dominant out of these two legs here? What is it? The buyers, right? Because we had a strong move up and we didn't get a strong move down, did we? We didn't get this here, did we? We got that there. Now we can start to get a sense just by looking at the chart, who's more dominant here? Who's more in control? Because guess what? I want to trade with who's in control. And we start to see this time and time and time again, right? We have this move up through here, right? And then we have, and then we have a move up through there, right? And guess what? And then we have sideways. Now this is an hourly chart, sideways, and then we had this bit of a sideways period through here, right? Sideways through there. See that through there? So the first thing I do say is that I'm always looking at more the worst thing that people do is that they do trade when they see this here. They see a very strong move up and a very strong move down. This is also known as V-tops as well too. If you flip it upside down, we get a move down like that and then a move up like that. That's more like end of trend type of moves, right? More like V-bottoms, V-tops. But here we go, right? Here we go. So when we start to get that through there, if we've had and I'm going to go to this, right? Let me actually take everything off the screen now for a minute. And I'm going to go this here for a minute. Let me open this up here because this is a really good example of, again, this doesn't happen all the time, guys, but you start to see this thing slowing down, right? Now, again, if I'm looking at the buying legs through here, right? There's a buying leg. Oh, let me do this here, right? So that's strong. That's weak, okay? So if we've been strong for a while, strong leg up, strong leg up, strong leg up, strong leg up, strong leg up. You see it through there, right? We've had the buying legs, and then we've had the the selling legs through here. Again, this is all squeezed up through here, selling legs through here, okay? That's been the buying legs, right? Because the selling legs are either sideways or pullback. And then once we have this strong move up through the upside, we got this strong, but what happens after a period of us having strong legs? What happens when we start to get this sort of move through here? Meaning we get a strong move up, but it still keeps going up, but now it does that. This here is what? Strong, and this is weak. If we get this sort of combination in the market where we have a strong move up, but it keeps going up, but it goes up slowly, more than not, this is actually called slowing momentum in the market, and more times than not, we actually get, I call it the roller coaster pattern, right? Strong, strong, strong. Oh, I'm slowing down. Oh man, I'm getting tired. Oh man, and then we do something like that, right? So on the chart here, look at this here. And this is where we start to see, again, I'm teaching you this here. Again, this doesn't happen all the time, guys, but it's a pattern. It's understanding of the psychology here. So when this does appear, you start to step back like, oh, I can see this thing is actually getting weak. In this bull, we've been in a bull phase, but now we're getting very weak to the upside. You guys enjoying this? This is good stuff, isn't it? I know. It's good stuff. Anyway, class back in session. So when we got this move here, and then we had that move there, see how that last angle there is what? So much different. Look at that. That's the buying leg. That's the buying leg. That's a buying leg. That's a buying leg. Strong, 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 strong. What happened here? Notice how it went from strong to weak overall. And this is where, guys, if you're squeezed right up, I wouldn't be able to see this, right? See how I've got my charts all squeezed, meaning I'm looking at a lot of time here. Even on an hourly chart, I'm looking at maybe a couple of months here. Why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to see what's the overall flow of the market. Who's more in control? Where's the buyers? Where's the sellers? And all that simply means is I've got a strong buying leg, and then we get this strong selling. Remember I said before, whenever we do get that, it's more like a roller coaster pattern. Up. Oh my goodness, here we go. I'm so strong. Oh man. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. And end up getting that. And we end up getting that through there. Right? And then guess what? Now we start to change the tune in that time, right? I call this now flipping the script. We go from that momentum there was what? A flipping of the script. What is a flipping of the script? Strong buyers and not strong sellers, but weak sellers, remember I said before, tends to get what? We tend to get another strong, we tend to anyway, we don't. This, by the way, this is my number one trading pattern here. And I look for my entry signal, by the way. But strong buyers and weaker sellers tends to get strong buyers. But on the flip side, that's also true. Whenever we get strong sellers and not strong buyers, not V bottom, but weak. Remember I said before about the legs? Weak buyers. Now we're getting strong sellers, weak buyers. Who's more dominant through these two legs here? This buying leg and selling leg. The buyers. Strong buyers. Oh my goodness. The sellers are trying to sell it, but they're just very weak. Boom. Here we go. Buyers again. Who's more dominant in this leg over here? Right? The sellers, right? Oh, here we go. Strong, strong, strong. And then the buyers try to come back in. They're like, oh my goodness, these sellers are so strong right now. And guess what happens through here? We tend to get what? We tend to get that. And the reason why I'm calling this flipping the script, because we start to flip the script. And again, this is where flowing with the markets, because at flipping the script here, we started to do what? What did we start to do? What did we start to do through here? We went from what? Strong buyers, strong buyers, strong buyers. Sideways sellers, sideways sellers, sellers. Then we went strong, and then we slowed down, right? Remember I said before about the slowing down, the weak. Then what happened? Bam! We started to change, didn't we? Strong sellers. See that through there? What's happening through here? What's happening through here? We had strong sellers. Now we're getting Come on, you can do it. There we go. I got it. See how now the angle of that move is changed. In the past, here we go, strong, 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 weak. Now we're flipping the script. We actually were this slowing down. And now, again, this is an hourly chart here. So this is over a period of maybe a month's worth of action here. And again, this is an hourly chart, but guess what? This is exactly what I look at the weekly chart to see what's happening on the big picture here and what could be coming soon, right? And then guess what happens? Bam, we come back down, big, strong selling leg. And then what happened again? Oh my goodness, see how this, now we're starting to get weak. See how the angle of that move, it's so weak. Remember I said before, there's two angles, right? There's up, strong, and there's that there. What's the angle here? And if I'm getting a weak buying leg through here, but then what happened beforehand is a strong selling, I can see the sells are more dominant, and then guess what happens? Bam, we go again. So whenever I'm starting to get these momentum here, these momentum shifts in the market, I'm starting to get a much more clear understanding of, firstly, who's more dominant. Firstly, so buyers are more dominant through here. Secondly, are we starting to get a potential reversal pattern or a trend change pattern of slowing or the buyers being exhausted if it's been an upward phase? And the answer was yes here. And then we started to see the market started to change and flip the script from strong buyers to weak sellers. Flip the script. Now we're having strong sellers, weak buyers, sellers more dominant. So as you can see, if you're an intraday trader, trading 15-minute charts, 5-minute charts, 2-minute charts, the best trades would have been through here. There's good stuff in them, right? Again, guys, this is where part of my coaching program, guys, I'm with them every day. And every day I'm teaching them things like this here. This is more advanced sort of stuff here, guys. But this advanced sort of stuff here, this is when you start to really understand the markets on a deepest level. I've been very fortunate being coached by one of the most successful financial traders on the planet. And when it comes to understanding, this is called like the geometry of the stock market, right? Not indicators or Fibonacci levels. No, the market is telling me, are we strong here? Are we weak here? Who's more in control? Is it sellers more in control? Is it buyers in control? If buyers are being in control, are we starting to, and if we're in an upward trend, are we starting to get the slowing pattern? And if we do start to get this type of pattern, then guess what? Then we can start to see that the market is now giving us a warning sign that yes, even though we were, let's bring up an arrow, even though we were very strong on the upside through here, strong buyers, weak sellers, strong buyers, weak sellers, I'm seeing who's more in control. Because we want to trade with that, right? Trade with more who's in control. But then if we start to see, if buyers have been in control for a while, but we start to see the buyers being very weak, aka right here, now that's given us a warning sign that this bullish phase that's been in this here, and this could be a daily chart, this could be a weekly chart, it could be a stock chart, doesn't matter. This is just, I'm just seeing this example here now, and so I'm trying to share with you that right here would be the wrong time. And what a lot of traders do is they will get a breakout bar here, and guess what ends up happening? Complete and utter reversal. Oh my goodness, this system sucks. This has no idea, blah, 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 blah. But no, the false breakout was very evident. Why was it very evident? The buyers are very weak through here. The buyers are not more in control. They're actually slowing down. The buyers are very, oh my goodness, I'm tired. So you think the buyers are getting ready to go again? More times than not. Now, what I'm talking about here, guys, is not 100% here, but it gives you a warning sign of what's likely to come. So the reason why I'm bringing this up here is if I look at the market right now, right, on this particular chart here, and it's very, very, very evident also even on the 4-hour chart. Let's actually bring up the 4-hour chart here for a minute. And again, I'm just looking at this here because there could be a trading opportunity for me. Remember I said before about I'm trying to see who's more in control. Let me take off the moving average here. This is a 52 on the 4-hour chart. And go off. There we go, cool, all right? So why am I looking at this level through here, right? Now there's another thing I can teach you here, guys, but we've been going down for a very long time, right? If I look at my daily charts here, right? If I look at this daily chart, guess what? We've been going down for a very long time, right? And how do markets work on a deepest level? They do what? How do markets work? We go for what? We go down, we go up, we go down, we go up. If we've been going down for a very long time, what's inevitably going to happen? Either that, or at least that, to then continue that. That's how it's going to happen, right? This is where a lot of traders who don't even understand that this whole video here has been about psychology, right? The deepest, most powerful psychology techniques around the markets is traders are trying to short the market down here, but you don't know. But the big thing is, guess what? Whenever we do get big moves on the downside, very strong move, we at least get some form of a pullback or a retracement. And this is where you can get your Fibonacci retracements and blah, 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 all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so I know this on the big picture here. This is the daily charts. So one of the reasons why I'm focusing on this is the Aussie dollar plus there's a few other markets here is guess what? I can also see we're now getting a trend change warning here. Remember I said before about the market here, right? Check this out. So, remember I said before about the selling legs. And we're just going to focus on the selling legs here for a minute. You guys enjoying this? Man, this is good stuff, isn't it? What a coaching video to get you guys started, eh? Get you guys started before the inauguration. Inauguration? Or how do I say that word? I'm saying it wrong. Before Trump comes in, right? So this is a powerful session for you guys. Anyway, let's actually bring up the red color here for a minute. Now, remember I said before, right? There's two angles that I'm seeing. We're very big on the downside here. Very big on the downside. Now, okay, cool. We've been very big on the downside. Remember I said before? That's a very strong selling leg. Very strong selling leg. But what happens if we start to get that through there? Right? That through there. Now, more importantly, that's a strong selling leg. What if we start to get that through there? See how that's a different angle, right? We're not strong down, we're now, But if that there is then started, but what happens before this here? If we're getting very now strong movement up and we're getting the strong sellers, now we're starting to get a picture, right? Because we're getting the strong, right? What can happen sometimes is we actually get what? We actually get a strong, let's say do this here. We may get a strong move down from here, but if that is then, if what happened before preceded, if that's the right word, what happened before that, if we actually had a very strong move to the upside like that, then we're not sure, right? The angle here, the buying leg and the selling leg are pretty much the same. Buying leg here, selling leg here, right? But we've actually, I'm not too quite sure now what's going on here, right? This is where it gets really cool. And so, again, this is understanding market psychology. And then on the back of this, then I'm starting to look for my trading setup. And this is where it becomes really cool, right? Again, this is about understanding the market here. Look at this here. Strong move down, strong move down, strong move down, strong move down to me, right? Strong move down. What's happening right now as we speak? What is happening right now? We had all these strong moves down. Look at that. That angle through there is the weakest it's been ever since all the way down. But what happened beforehand? We also got this here as well. So what's happening now is we're starting to see on this hourly chart on this one particular market. Again, this could be a daily stock chart, guys. I'm just utilizing this because it's one thing I'm noticing right now in some of the financial markets or some of the Forex markets, and I'm seeing a potential trend change. The reason why this is powerful is because if I can start to get, if we do start to move up through here and we break above this high here, then there could be an amazing trading opportunity around the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart through here, right? With my trading setup. This is just understanding the markets here, right? So we can see here that we understand we've had a very big move on the downside. Secondly, what we're talking about here right now is we're talking about the strength in the moves and how things are slowing down, right? We're starting to get this here. So if we do, this is the hourly chart, and once again, if we hold here right now, right, we had a very big move up and we come down and we actually hold this level here on this hourly chart. I'm not saying it's going to, that's why I don't trade based off what I think it's going to do. If we do that and we start to get a breaking above that high through there, And let me do this here for a minute, okay? If we get a breaking above that high through there, let's go down to the 4-hour chart. Right, so I'm gonna look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, we can see that through there, right? And then we also have this level all through here as well. So the reason why this is so powerful, guys, is this is the big picture here, right? This is the 4-hour chart. Here we go, right? Potential reversal. And this is the what? This is the 1-hour chart. But if I start to go down to the 5-minute chart, why is this so powerful? This is so powerful is because the 5-minute chart here, right? If I do start to get a nice break up above here, and this is where some of even the 2-minute chart, if I start to get this thing start to make a move up and we start to get above this level here, then guess what? There's a really nice move through there that could actually happen. And I'm saying this is just probably the next target from here, guys, right? So this is where I'm talking about how to understand the markets on the deepest level to then understand what could be coming soon and then look for an opportunity from there, right? And again, this is just what I'm talking about right now, guys, is just market understandings, market psychology. But at the end of the day, I'm always looking for my trading setup and my trading pattern that I'm looking for. I'm just trying to teach you how to read the market and how to not get involved with something when the market is actually slowing down, and we're potentially getting, a reversal pattern from here. So this is the Aussie dollar from here. Let's actually look. There's a few. The euro is actually potentially doing the same as well too. Right? The euro is potentially doing the same. What am I talking about here? So that was the breaking there. What are we getting right now? This is the hourly chart, right? Strong up. See what's happening through here? See that through there? What does that mean? That means if we do hold here, and we start to get a break above there, that could be we could actually start to get this and maybe even start to get that through there. Right? And again, this is just market understandings, but then I'm not going to trade. Let me get in right now because it's definitely going to go up. I don't know what's going to go up. But if I start to get the reversal here, if we start to get them moving on the upside, which confirms my trading setup, having what we're seeing right now is very, very, very powerful. And then this could be a really nice strong move to the upside. Even though the trend has been really strong on the downside, we're starting to get the reversal pattern here. And again, when that happens, and I'm just looking at that now, this has been very strong on the downside, I don't know. Very, 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 very strong on the downside through there. Through there. Actually, look at that, eh? Look at that through there. Yeah. So if this thing holds through here and we start to get a break up, there could be a really nice big move to the upside. So this is just something that I really wanted to share with you guys, that I wanted to show you. Again, there's so much that I can teach you guys. Remember I said before, look at this here. My number one trading pattern is when I see what's called my it's at the end of the day, it's my L-shaped pattern, right? It's my L-shaped pattern. Whenever I do get the L-shaped pattern in the markets, strong move up and then sideways, guess what ends up happening? Look at that there. Very strong move up there, right? Look at this here. Now, strong buyers. There's the move there. There's the move there. See how we slowed down overall from there? Guess what ended up happening? Big drop on the downside, right? Big drop on the downside. So the market gives us a bit of a warning sign, right? Again, this is why this stuff is so powerful, because we can actually get a insight about what's likely to come and prepare for it. So when the drop happens, you're like, oh, well, I was expecting this because the buyers are weak right now. We're probably going to get a drop. Strong, and then look at that through there. Very, 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 very weak there, right? And again, we're just trying to see what's happening now. So if I open my charts right up a bit more to show you what's happening here, we can see here that we're potentially, anyway, we're not there yet, but we're potentially getting this reversal. But if the market does continue to hold here and we do start to confirm, we've got the move up, we're getting the sideways phase through here now. If we do hold here and we start to break above this level here, then guess what's likely to come? We're likely to see that through there. And this is here, all this through here is where I'm looking for a really good signal, because then we're likely to start to see a nice move to the upside.